Hi guys, this is Rachel with Color Splash coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Gonna use the last of my paints, do the last tile today, and I'm gonna do one more blowout. So I am gonna start by laying down, I laid down my base paint. My base paint is a pearl mix, which means that it is half acrylic, half satin enamel paint. And I will put my recipe in the description for it. But this creates lacing and pearl cells that are really, really pretty and fun to, I don't know, I just think it's really fun to do any sort of blowout with a pearl base. So instead of starting from the corner and blowing this way, I've decided to swirl the paint around and I'm gonna blow out in each direction. So I am gonna start by laying down some gray paint by Amsterdam. It's kind of a pretty dove gray. Then I'm gonna go with my current favorite, which is Payne's Gray by Arteza. And as I've said before, I like the Arteza Payne's Gray because it has a lot more of a blue hue to it. So you get more blue tones to it. Then I'm gonna use my turquoise. This is a turquoise green by Amsterdam. And I'm just swirling this around, kind of no rhyme or reason to it. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. This is a little bit of Persian Rose by Amsterdam. Then I'm gonna go with Pebeo Naples Yellow. And I'm gonna follow that up with a little bit of Cadmium Yellow Medium Hue by Liquitex Basics. I just kind of am gonna do some like beautiful sunrise colors, I think. Then I'm gonna go with my Amsterdam Vermilion Orange. And then Amsterdam, I believe this is Red Violet. I'm not positive. I will have to put it in the description. And then Amsterdam Magenta. Boy, I'm almost out of this color. As long as we get a good little chunk of it in here, I'll be content. I like all these little lines. I feel like I'm making a Jackson Pollock painting right now. Just no rhyme or reason to my swirling. And then maybe just a twinge of Sky Blue by Amsterdam. And my last two colors are gonna be this one by US Art Supply, and I do not know what it's called, but it's like a bubblegum pink and it's metallic. It's a really beautiful color. And then of course my 24 karat gold by DecoArt. And Cell Activator. I'm going to put a little pool of the activator in the center. And now I I am going to blow this out in every direction with my blow dryer on the low setting with the cool air. First, I'm going to kind of widen this center area so I can kind of spread out the cell activator a little bit. Okay, now it'll take a few minutes, but you'll see cells are gonna start popping up all over the place. And I might use my straw to blow off a little bit more of this cell activator. I used a wee bit more than I should have. See how I immediately get cells when I blow with my straw? See how it's filling in. Slowly but surely it is filling in, and eventually these cells will come in and cover almost this entire piece with the exception of the very center, which will remain black. And I kind of like that look. I like there being kind of a center black mass surrounded by lots of bright color. I am gonna try to just drag a tiny bit of the color out of this corner. There we go. I'll work on scraping around the edges while this works its magic. See how these pearl cells are growing exponentially? They take a little while, but they will fill in and grow like crazy. They just have to eat their way through that cell activator. And I'm always kind of torn between how much I should put down, because I need enough to blow it out in every direction, but not so much that the cells can't come through. And it's kind of a delicate balance, and one that I am definitely still learning. There's no doubt I am getting a little bit better at it as I go. Takes time and practice, that's for sure. I mean, this is one of the coolest art forms because you never really know what you're gonna get. Even if you have a general idea, you never know for sure what you're gonna get. And I just love the surprise of this. I love the surprise of what the cells are gonna look like. You know, how many rings each cell will have. Are they gonna be different colors? It's so much fun. Let me show you what's happening, because some of these cells are so super cool, and I'm sure you can't see them from your vantage point. So let me take you in. Look at how beautiful some of these little cells are. Look at all the different colors. Even the ones that are kind of watercolor like are just gorgeous. Look at this. Look at these cells. I mean, these are kind of outrageous, aren't they? And this is thanks to that pearl base and the Cell Activator. No silicone required, so they're easy to seal. Just a really beautiful reaction between chemicals. I mean, that is just outrageous. And as you can see, the black is getting progressively smaller, and we're getting more and more and more cell development. I mean, this is just so beautiful. Sometimes the best things come in small packages, and that seems to be true of these little tiles for me. I find them so fun to do, and I love that because the ceramic is porous, it absorbs the paint quicker and it dries super quickly. And so there's not a lot of time for paint to sit and shift or run, or any of the troubles that you might have with a sagging canvas that's real large and loaded down with paint. You really have none of those troubles with these little tiles, and I really like that about them. Plus, you can do so many of them in one sitting and get so many different looks, and that's a lot of fun for me too. So I'm kind of the self-professed tile queen at this point, just because I've probably done a couple hundred of them in the past 2 months. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed watching today. I hope you've learned a little bit. Again, I will put my recipe for the pearl base on in the description. And as always, happy painting. Hope you have a great time making something beautiful at home. Thanks so much. This is Rachel Miller with Color Splash. Bye all.